Hello again. This week we have something very special. It's a 4-air overture box by the prestigious maker Nicole Freres. So stay tuned and we'll take a look at it right after this. So let's have a look at the case. It's absolutely stunning, beautifully inlaid on the lid and to the front of the case. It has the original locking key, so let's just unlock the lid, like so. And if we can just take a look at that fine inlay work on the lid, beautifully done. And if you take a look at that little head in the centre there, you may see a striking resemblance to a former Prime Minister that we had a few years back. The inlay work to the front is almost as impressive. There he is again in the middle. Hello, Boris. And you can see the ebonised finish all around the lid. And to the base of the case, you can see this substantial ebonised plinth, typically late Victorian. In fact, this box was made in 1868. And as I mentioned in the intro, it was made by the renowned firm of music box makers, Nicole Freres. Okay, so if we just lift the lid, you can see the 4-air Nicole Freres tune sheet. And what a tune programme. It's very rare to find any pieces by Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart on any music box. To have a music box that actually plays the Enchanted Flute and Don Giovanni is a very prized music box indeed. So if we just lift the glass lid as well, you can see the overture mechanism there. Large spring barrel, very powerful spring. A fat cylinder which contains thousands upon thousands of pins. So if we can take a look at the comb, first off you can see the Nicole Freres stamp there, more or less in the centre. But the teeth are so finely cut that they allow for such a great number to be present on the comb. There's very nearly 200 teeth on this comb, and it's hardly surprising when you hear the sheer quality of music coming from this music box. So just a quick word about the first overture. It was composed by Mozart and it premiered on the 30th of September 1791, which incidentally was only 2 months prior to Mozart's death. It was to be his last work. So without further ado, let's go ahead and play the first overture, which happens to be the Enchanted Flute or the Magic Flute by Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. complexity of the overture that we've just been listening to is off the charts. It really is. So the next overture that we're about to listen to was from the opera Don Giovanni. It was also composed by Mozart, and it premiered in Prague on the 29th of October 1787. It's actually regarded as one of the greatest operas of all time. So with that said, I think we should go right ahead and play it. Absolutely breathtaking. This really is Nicole Freres at their very best. So at this stage of the 19th century, 1868, when this box was produced, Nicole Freres had been making music boxes for over 50 years. So this magnificent musical work of art is the end result of over 5 decades of high-end music box manufacture. Okay, so the next overture is from Rossini's wonderful opera Gazza Ladra, or in English, The Thieving Magpie. Now this opera was first performed on the 31st of May 1817 in La Scala, Milan, and it came to the King's Theatre in London in March 1821. But fortunately for us, we're able to hear a Victorian interpretation of the overture right here, right now, on this magnificent machine made in 1868. absolutely stunning. Okay, so this next overture was composed by the French composer Daniel Auber. The opera was Fra Diavolo, and it premiered on the 28th of January 1830 in Paris. It really is a fantastic overture, and it lends itself perfectly well to be played on this magnificent musical machine. So here we go. Here's the overture from Daniel Auber's wonderful opera, Fra Diavolo. Okay, so we've come to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed that one. It's a fantastic music box. It really is a stunner. So we'll just close the glass lid back down and also the outer lid. But as always, I'd like to thank you for watching, and if you could like and subscribe, we'd really appreciate it. But please do tune in next week as we'll have another antique musical treasure to show you. Thanks again, take care and goodbye.